Alright, so I can't remember if I've done a video on the other series, but I just finished watching BBC's Ghosts Series 3, which is now entirely available on iPlayer. So even though the first episode has just aired this evening on BBC One, at the end there was an announcement saying, yeah, all the episodes are on iPlayer, which they are. So yeah, let's talk about Series 3. Series 3, I would say, is probably a bit better than Series 2, just in the regards of it has some more interesting plots to it. But to clarify, just in case I've never done this before, well, BBC Ghosts is basically a sitcom comedy about these two people who inherit this house which is inhabited by ghosts. And basically what happens is, God, I can't remember her name. This is the thing, I can't remember the names of practically any of the characters in this, because obviously I know them all as just the Horrible Histories cast. Yeah, but the premise is that she hits her head and she can now see all the ghosts. So yeah, antics ensue. But I think this series is just going a little back just because it does a few more interesting things. For example, there's a whole camping episode set outside the house, and we also get an episode delving into like the psyche of all the ghosts. Basically, they do a sit down thing, like an Alcohol Anonymous kind of thing, where they basically all have turns talking about certain things that happened to them when they were alive, which, yeah, I found to be a lot more interesting rather than just, trying to do the antics and shoe, just like, oh, misunderstandings and kind of thing. I think that was generally about time, and it, had some more interesting developments. The only thing I would say about it is that it's doing the sitcom thing of refusing to change the status quo. Like everything always has to go back to the status quo, which is a little bit irritating because series 1, the status quo actually did change throughout the series. Yeah. And series 2 and series 3 for the most part generally just refuses to change it, which is slightly irritating. But I would say it is a good sort of romp kind of thing. If you enjoyed basically the Horrible Histories cast in Horrible Histories, then I would say this is definitely right up your alley in terms of that. And if you've enjoyed previous series, then yeah, the comedy is not the same as that. This is generally, aimed for an older audience, but I wouldn't call this an adult comedy. It's not, but it is, aimed for a slightly older audience. I would say, I mean, I think the DVDs that have been released are rated 12, possibly even PG. I can't remember. Also, why have none of these series got a Blu-ray release? Come on, BBC, why? Even Series 3, which you can pre-order now, is only getting a DVD release. Come on, give it a Blu-ray release. I mean, it does look pretty good on BBC iPlayer. This is the only reason I haven't bought the DVD, because, that would be a downgrade in the quality. Just like, come on, I want a Blu-ray release. But, yeah, it is really good with a colourful cast. Now, interestingly, I was doing some little bits of research. I found out that CBS in America, oh no, they're doing an American version of it. Yep, it's happened. Apparently, it's gotten successful enough that they're doing an American remake of it. Yeah, and literally, you can see literally the American versions of some of the characters. Particularly here, you've got the politician without his trousers on because he died while having an orgy, and you've got the scout guy here. Like, yeah, I mean, some of the others are different, but Yeah, I don't know. I probably will watch an episode of this when it comes out. That one comes out on the 7th of October, but yeah, the humour in this is very British, so I guess it could work, but it would have to be completely done from scratch. But yeah, Series 3 I would say is definitely an improvement over Series 2 just because it has a few more interesting premises happening throughout, and it does sort of change things up a bit. It feels a bit less sitcom-y than Series 2 did. Series 2 definitely felt a lot more sitcom, whereas Series 3 tries to do some different things with the ghosts and everything else, because obviously it all has to take place, at the mansion or within the grounds. So they try and do a few things with it. So yeah, I can't really say much else than that without going in depth into each episode. But if you live in the UK, then I would say if you haven't gave BBC Ghosts a watch, I would say give it a watch. To be honest, you don't really need to know much about it. You can literally jump in at any point as long as you know the premise. I'd say, like, if you're unsure about it, just watch any episode apart from the first episode, because the first episode is mostly just a load of setup. It's not until after then that, you generally get a feel of it. I would say choose any random episode apart from the first episode if you want to know what the series is actually like, because the first episode is different. But yeah, there we go.